Okay, fine. So yesterday I have given you an example as homework. I asked you to execute, not execute, to guess the output, right? So the program was, there is a class vdemo in which we have a static method Java and an instance method display and one more instance method show. Okay, and a static method main, of course. So in the class vdemo, totally I have 4 methods. 2 are static and 2 are instance. Fine. And we have one more class ABC, 2 more classes ABC and MECS. So ABC class has one instance variable double D and an instance method circle, one more instance method triangle. Circle method accepts one double argument, triangle method accepts 3 integer arguments. Next, in the class MECS, we have a static variable area and one static method square and an instance method rect. This is the program. So now let us start expecting the output. So let's start from the main method. Okay, so let me explain you with a diagram. So initially, the main method is in, which class will be called? Java vdemo will be called at the time of execution because main method is inside vdemo only. Therefore, out of MECS, ABC and vdemo classes, at the time of execution, we would give vdemo only. Fine. So when the vdemo is given, what is going to happen? In the memory, let me take use memory, 3 classes, right? So in the memory, there will be, this is class vdemo, right? Yeah. Memory will be allocated for class vdemo. First, initially it is called, right? Okay. Then what is going to happen when JVM encounters the class name vdemo? The static members of this class are going to be loaded. And what are the static members here? Main method and Java method. So main method and Java method will be loaded initially. Okay, let us say this is main method and this is Java method. Okay, fine. It takes time to draw, right? Be patient. Okay, next. This is main method. Fine. That's it. These two are static members of vdemo. These two are loaded. Now our execution begins with the first line of main. And what is the first line of main? There is an object creation for the class ABC. Okay, so listen carefully from now onwards. The main method is here. The execution starts from the main method only. Therefore, then what is the first line? It is an object creation. And it is an object to class ABC. So I told you when the class name encounters to the JVM. Whenever the class name, any class name encounters, the class area will be created and the static members will be loaded. So let us say this is class area of which class? ABC. So ABC class area is created. Fine. So now it is an after ABC class area is created, the static members will be loaded. Is there any static member in the class ABC? No. All the 3 are instance members only. So no static member will be loaded. Fine. Next, object is created, the new keyword is encountered. So now the instance members. So inside the object, let me create an object area here. Assume this is object area. Okay. And the object name is A, right? Fine. So this is A. So what is going to happen? The instance members of the class ABC will be loaded. And what are the instance members here? D, circle and triangle. So let me draw. Let me load. D is a variable, right? D is a variable. So it will be loaded. and circle and triangle are the methods. So the method signatures will be loaded. Who is that? Latecomers. Okay, fine. So along with A, the function circle and rectangle. What is the function? Circle and triangle will be loaded. Circle and triangle. Okay, fine. So this is what happened with the first line in the main method. When object is created for the class ABC, the static members will be loaded because the class name encountered, but there are no static members, therefore only the instance members will be loaded in object A. Okay, and the instance members are variable D, circle and triangle method. Fine. Now what is going to happen in the next line? We have A dot circle, that is a call to circle function by passing value 10. Call to circle function by passing value 10. Okay, so the control will go into the function body. We have A dot 10, right? Yes, inside A we have circle method, so therefore it will be valid, no error occurs. So the control will go into circle body and 10 is passed to double. So now the control is inside, it will start executing line by line. So D equals to 3.14 into 10 into 10. And what is that? 3.14 into 10 into 10? Something. Calculate చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. ఓకే, తెలుసు కదా దీనికి ఎందుకు మళ్ళీ ఎంత 314. Okay, so D will be initialized with 314. Initially D will have 0, right? But now it will be initialized with 314. That's it. So when circle method is called, this is what happened. And what is the next line? It's a printing statement, printing D. So the output will be, the first line of the output will be 314. Okay. And what is going to happen now? Now the function is closed, the method is closed, the control will come back to the same calling place. So now we are here, and now the next line. And what is the next line? It is a call to triangle function inside the method, inside the object A. Okay, it's a call to triangle function inside the object A. Yes, object A is the local variable of main method only, so this is also valid. 10, 20 and 30 are passed to the triangle method. So the control will go to triangle method. 10 will be assigned to A, 20 will be assigned to B, 30 will be assigned to C. Now, but we are not going to use them, right? The variables, the values are passed, but what is the statements inside that? Just a printing statement. What is that? D only, right? And D is a local variable and instance variable of class ABC. And here triangle is the instance method of class ABC, and therefore this is valid. The instance variable D can be used inside the instance method triangle. Therefore, this is valid. But these ABC are of no use because we are not performing any operation on them. We are just printing D. And what is D here? D is assigned with 314. Initially it was 0, but now it is 314 after the function circle was called. So therefore again the output 314 will be generated. Fine. The function, the method is closed. The control moves back to the same calling place, that is here. Okay, line 19. Now next line will be executed, that is call to Java function. And what is Java function? Do we have Java function in the memory? Yes. The control is initially here. Now the control is here, right? Because it went to ABC and it went inside A, and it has called circle and triangle, return back to the same place, that is we are now here. So now when I call Java, no object is there, no class name is there, just a call to Java function. So it will search in the main area in the sense the class area. Yes, yet it is there, Java is there. Java is a static function belong to the same class vdemo. Main is a static function belong to the same class vdemo. Therefore, both belong to same area, right? Then it is valid. It will go into Java function and execute it. So the control will go to Java. Okay, where it is here. And it will start executing. What is that? That's a printing statement saying not so simple as you think. Okay, so just a printing statement. Not so simple. Let me stop here. Okay, not so simple. Blah 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 blah. Fine. It returns back the same calling place, that is here, line number 20. Now it's turn of line 21. So now line 21 has one more object creation of class MECS. Okay, so object creation of class MECS. When MECS name encountered, what happens? The class name encountered, right? Therefore, a memory area will be created for the class. Dark color black, yes. Memory area will be created for the class MECS because the object creation statement contains class. So therefore, firstly, the static members will be loaded even before the instance members are loaded. So where we are, yeah. So object is created, class area is created. First, the static members will be loaded. And what are the static members here? The variable area and the function square. So variable area will be loaded. It will be assigned to 0. We did not initialize anything, right? Yes, therefore it will be 0.0 because it is double. Next, the function square will be loaded. The function signature square will be loaded. Okay. Does it have any arguments? Just one argument. So assume some arguments list. Okay. I don't want to write. Fine, that's it. So the static members are loaded. Now it is the turn of the object. Okay. In it, of course, this is the object creation line only, but in the object creation syntax, we have class name encountered. So JVM will first load the static members into the class area. Then it will start creating the object. So an object is created. So let us create object for the object M. Okay. Now inside M, what is going to happen? The instance members of the class MECS will be loaded. Instance members of the class MECS are just rectangle function, so it will be loaded. The method signature, that is rectangle. Okay, is going to accept some arguments. That's it. So this is what happened with this line. What is that? 23. Okay, sorry, 21. So now it is done of next line, 22. So 22 line has call to rectangle function on method M. So we are here right now. We are in the main method, right? So there is a call to rectangle function on M. And what is M? It is an object of MECS. So the control will go to MECS class. It will go to the MECS class here, and it will go to M, and it will call rectangle. It will load rectangle now. Okay, so 3 and 4 are passed. So the control will go to rectangle function body. Where is it? Here. So L will be assigned to now local variables turn. L and B are local variables. Now these variables will be allocated memory. Okay, L will be initialized with 3, B will be initialized with 4. So area equals to 3 into 4. That is 12. So now here area is an instance variable, right? Sorry, static variable, right? So this will be assigned with 3 into 4, 12. Okay, so here area is no more 0, 0. Now it is 12.0. Okay, na? 12.0. Okay. So then what is the next statement? It's a printing statement. That is area. Area printing means here 12.0 will be displayed. కరెక్ట్గానే వెళ్తున్నాం మనం అని మిస్టేక్ చేస్తున్నామా? The function is closed. The control will come back to the same calling place, that is here. Now square function is called. Can we call square function on M? Square function is static, right? Can we call static function square? Can we call this static function square on M? Yes, we can call. The static members can be accessed using object also. So this is valid. Therefore, the control will go into square function by passing, how much we are passing here? 5. Okay, right? So square function is called by passing 5. Therefore, the control will go into square function. S will be assigned with 5. S is a local variable. Now the object, now the what you call memory allocation will be done. Lara. ఏమైంది ఇప్పుడా హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ పడుతుంది క్లాస్లో ఉన్నా కూర్చో hello okay fine sorry so s is a local variable it will be created now and it will be assigned with 5 so the control will go into the function body s into s 5 into 5 25.0 will be assigned to area is a static member right static variable so now area is no more area is no more 12.0 it is now 25 the same variable is being used in rectangle and square function okay so therefore now it is 25.0 5.0 it's a double variable right real number fine so now what is the next line it's a printing statement system dot out dot println so sorry ikkada unnam kada it's a printing statement area so it will be 25.0 okay fine next and now here is the confusion part in the next line I have an object creation for abc so this is somewhat interesting we are in the class mecs inside mecs we are in the function square we are in the method square and inside that we are creating an object for abc class is that possible yes that is possible so what is going to happen means when this function when this method is under running so the method execution begins here and ends here right so this object the local variable s will be created and the local variable a will be created s is integer type a is abc type and this a the object a is available in memory until this function is running ఇక్కడ జాగ్రత్త గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి abc here we are creating object as a local variable right so we have created objects for mecs and abc in the main method and these objects will be available until the main is running that is throughout the program main will be running throughout the program right so no problem with this but here object for abc is created inside square method of some mecs class so it will be created fine let us create so here object abc of class sorry object a of class abc will be created okay a separate area will be created for rectangle which method is that square method separate area will be created for this so in that one an object is created for abc class we are naming it a only so what is going to happen same d will be loaded circle will be loaded and triangle will be loaded no change in that circle and triangle will be loaded same as here because when an object is created for any class the instance member will be loaded that is what happening here same thing the name is a fine and what is the next line a dot triangle where are we are in the square method right so yes a is valid because a is just now created it's a local variable so this a where inside main method this a is completely different from this a because this is the local variable of square method so this a will be accessed here we have two objects right with the same name a of the same class abc right so this one is different from sorry this one is different from this one at this point of time we are going to access a of square function that is this green color one okay fine now what is going to happen I am calling triangle method of which class abc class is that possible yes you have created object for the abc class right so on that object you can call triangle method so triangle method will be loaded a 10 20 30 is passed but we are not using that you are just printing the d and what is the d value here d value was 314 listen 314 but this d value is different from this d value I told you data in one object is different from another object not different it is independent we have s1 right as for suppose there is a class student S1, S2, S3, S4, and so on are objects. So S1 name, assume it is Joshua. And S2, in S2 object, the name is Navya. In S3, the name is Vinita. So the instance variables, the data inside objects are independent. Okay. So initially D was 0 only. When the object is created for the class ABC, and when D is loaded, it will be 0. But on this A, on this part, you can see, right? On this A, on this A, the D was changed to 314 when circle and triangle methods are called. But here we are now in the MACS method, square methods A. So here when D is loaded, it is still 0 only. So now this 0 will be printed because I'm calling this triangle method, not this triangle method. So A dot triangle is called, so D is 0 only, the default assignment. Therefore, it will give you the output 0. Okay. And next, what is going to happen? Where are we? Inside the square method, right? Yeah, here we are. So now this line is also executed. Now the function is closed. Function finished its execution. So what is going to happen? All the local variables will be destroyed from the memory. When the method finishes its execution and the control comes out of the method body, then all the local variables will be deleted. Okay, now what is going to happen? This A will be deleted. Okay, and S was created, right? This one S is also deleted. That's it. Now it will come back to the same calling place, that is here. Got it? That's it. Now next line is object creation for vdemo. What is vdemo? The same class where main is residing. So now object v is created for the class vdemo. So here we are now. And the name is v. Object name is v, right? Okay. So what is going to happen? The instance members will be loaded. We all know that. And what are the instance members? Display and show method are instance members of vdemo. So these two methods will be loaded. Display. Okay. Let us keep it short. And show method. So ఈ రెండు మెథడ్ లోడ్ అవుతాయి. That's it. Now what is the next line? So where we are? We are inside main method, right? Yeah, here. So object is created. Already the class is loaded, right? So need not to load the static members again, because already the class is loaded into, the class members are loaded into memory. So now only object is created, the instance members are loaded. So now on that object, I'm calling show method. Yes, v dot show, it is valid, v dot show. So the control will go into show method body. So where is show method? Here. And it will start executing line by line. Inside show method, there is a call to display method. Is it valid? Yes, it is 100% valid, because display and show belong to the same object. Therefore, display can call show and show can call display. Just like how the instance variables can be accessed inside instance method, right? Same way here, display, the instance, one instance method can call and another instance method, because they all belong to the same object, the same area. Just like how the instance variables can be accessed inside instance method, same way the one instance method can call another instance method. Okay, so this is valid. Now the control will go to display method, and there is a printing statement, only one statement, printing statement, and that will be printed. That's it. Now the control will come back to the same calling place, that is here. Now this function is also finished its execution. Now the control will come back to the same calling place, that is here. Now last line, Java function was called. Initially we called Java function directly. It's a static method of the same class, right? Static method of the same class. So you can call directly, or you can call on the object also, because all belong to the same class. You can directly, either you can directly call Java, or you can call v.java also. That day when we discussed instance members and static members, I told you, right? All objects can access instance method, like S1, S2, S3, all these are objects. They can access the instance variables like college and university. S1 dot college, S1 dot university. Once you change the static member value, static variable value, it will be reflected to all the objects. But when you change any objects, any instance variable, it will be reflected in that object only, not to other objects. Gurtundi kada? If you change any instance variable, it will be reflected in that object only. But if you change static variable, it will be reflected to all the objects. Okay, so now the control will go to Java function, Java method body, and it will display not so simple as you think again. So now it will come back to the same calling place, that is to the line 26. It is executed. Now it is the time for next line, that is 27. So now this is the closing brace, therefore the program execution ends. So this is the output. Now let us see whether it is right or wrong. మొత్తం రాంగ్ అవ్వాలంట, టైం వేస్ట్ అవుతుంది ఇప్పుడు దాకా చేస్తుంది. సి ఓకే, వాట్ ఈస్ దట్? Let me run command prompt h drive cd java, inside that java c vdemo. What is the file name? vdemo dot java. So compile, takes time. Compilation is successful, that means no error. Now let us run java. Which class name among vdemo, abc and mecs? The class which contains main method, that is vdemo. Run. Now let us compare our output. 314 314. Yeah, I forgot to give 314.1. it's a double value, right? Double value. Let me copy. So this was our expected output, and this is our actual output. Let me check, zoom out. Okay, so compare 314 314 314 314. Not so simple, not so simple. 12.0 12.0, 25.0 25.0, 0.0 0.0. It's a double value, right? Confused, confused. Not so simple, not so simple. That's it. Okay, any more doubts? So how many of you got correct output?
సార్ ఒక్క వాల్యూ తప్ప అంతా కరెక్టే సార్.
ఓకే, సో ఒకటి తప్ప
నాది కూడా సేమ్, ఒక్క 314 దగ్గర తప్పు సార్, మిగతాదంతా కరెక్ట్.
314 దగ్గర సెకండ్
అది బై డిఫాల్ట్ 0 వస్తదేమో అని 0 పెట్టేశాం సార్, 314 పెట్టలేదు.
అక్కడ 0 నే పెట్టాను సార్.
ఇలాంటి ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఎక్కువ చేద్దాం, మీకు బాగా అర్థమవుతుంది.